I'm just shooting off a quick one whilst I'm cooking myself some dinner. Yeah, shooting off a quick one, so to speak, if you get my drift. Got this wonderful PM. It says, I saw this video about Magick, can't remember the name, and it pretty much said this. The universe is an operating system that can be hacked by using words which are a binding agent of the system. The universe is a holographic nature. It records information holographically. The whole universe exists in every single particle, plant, animal, human being, etc. When a change occurs somewhere in the universe, it's recorded in all parts simultaneously, as is proven by quantum physics. If the universe is affected by a will, as suggested by quantum physics, then we are able to change the probabilities of an outcome with will. And since magic is the art of making things conform with your will, as stated by Aleister Crowley, it all fits together. You see, there is much behind magic, scientifically, not just do this and this will happen. What are your thoughts? Well, firstly, you've got a unfalsifiable or unprovable claim, which is the universe is an operating system that can be hacked. And it is written in a very interesting way. Okay, the universe is an operating system that can be hacked. It is an operating system. Okay, it is, absolutely is. There is a very strong affirmation there. There's nothing to suggest that this is a deliberate metaphor. This is an allegation about the way the universe works. Then you've got a second allegation, and a strong allegation, which suggests that words are part of this system, and therefore words would have an effect of a distance. By using words which are a binding agent of this system. Then you've got another strong truth claim, which is unfalsifiable or unproven. And these ideas are based upon modern-day theological perspectives or religions, essentially, okay, which people have created or invented as a result of their growing understanding of science, okay? But they are still religions that people have invented, and they are religions, not hard and fast scientific facts. So let's get that distinction right, pretty please, with sugar on top. Then you've got a if/then statement, all right, which says if the universe is affected by a will, then we are able to change the probabilities of an outcome with will. Now, using if-then statements, it's used in that's used in sales. That's used to try and convince people of certain eventualities. But it's a convincing use of language, but it's still bullshit. Okay, if the universe is affected by will as suggested by quantum physics, sorry, as suggested by what in quantum physics, and by whom, or indeed I should say by which particular pundit who has taken quantum physics as being the model by which they believe, and the word is believe, that their will can affect the rest of the universe. Okay? Then we're able to change the probabilities of an outcome with will. No, that's a strong, hard truth claim for which there is no sufficient evidence. And I mean sufficient evidence rather than total evidence, okay? So we've got very little information to go by here. What we've got is a lot of fluff. Now we can move on to the next statement, which grates against me a bit like a cheese grater the size of Mount Everest. And since magic is the art of making things conform to your will as stated by Aleister Crowley, it all fits together. I've explained this to you people so many times. Firstly, if you are going to consider that magic is the art and science of change in conformity with the will, you have to by nature and by reason be able to deploy scientific thinking. First and foremost, okay? Now, has all of the fluff which I've been through in that particular PM contained any scientific reasoning whatsoever? No. Therefore, if you think that magic is the art and science of change in conformity with the will, this is not magic. Right? But Crowley was not saying that. He was using the words art and science to mean life and being artistic and scientific about ordinary day-to-day living, so you become better at it if you're trying to be rational, objective, and logical. Then to that he applied the word magic, which is a big grandiose word to try and make people feel that life and living and learning more about life and doing it efficiently and intelligently is wonderful. That's what he was playing at. And then he spoke of the other thing, which was the magic of the tradition, to which he did not apply the word science, and in fact he said was unempirical. And therefore all of this like consciousness-based manifestation and meditation type stuff, that's all the magic of tradition, which is unempirical and therefore not a science, okay? As far as an art of making things conform with your will, what things are you talking about, and in what particular way and by what particular mechanism? You cannot state what the mechanism is if you don't know what the mechanism is. Ah! And then the final statement here, which is creme de la creme of bullshittery. You see, there is much behind magic, in brackets, scientifically. It's not just do this and this will happen. That one is like a stone to the forehead, okay? That's just like, dum, that's concussion, alright? Because all the rest of the PM is bullshit. And to suggest that all of that is proof that there is science behind magic, of, you know, the magic of tradition, which is not scientific. Oh, Whipple. Oh. Anyway, so those are my thoughts. You wanted to know what my thoughts were. I've given them to you, and I hope they make you happy.